Hey guys, we're back again playing a $550 $1,500 rebuy add-on on 888, and then we have a 443K guaranteed. We late reg too, 275 $1,800 guaranteed here, and then we have 333K. I do believe it's a 3K guaranteed. That's in the way. $1,000 guaranteed. Oh, this is the 3K. Okay, yeah, we're just playing the micros right now. Trying to build up a bankroll again. I've done it pretty successfully in the past. On 888, I've turned the free $8 that they gave you into over 1,000 a couple times, 2-3 times over the last few years. And then ACR, I turned 100 into 1,100. Then I lost a whole shitload on there. I lost about 700-800, and then I quit in 2020, and then just getting back into poker again. I've been working really hard on my game, studying all the time, as much as I can, kind of thing, with my job and stuff. And let's see, first in, under the gun, 40. I do believe Queen 9 suited is gonna be a pure open. I think it's more than fine. We're a little bit shorter than that. Queen 9, 80%. We can open it 100% though. It's fine. Not a big deal. So okay, everybody's kind of capped the range now. We can go small. There is a few draws available that we can get paid by here. It's unlikely somebody has a jack at this point. We can go small with their marginal pair. It would have been nicer if the turn was a club, but it's pretty much a brick. And it's better to get a little bit of money in the pot while we're still ahead. If a queen or if a king or an ace come off on the river, then we're probably in bad shape. And you know, there are a few draws. There's 10-8. There's Queen 10. That can pay. Queen 10 is a little bit less unlikely, just due to the fact that we have one. But I wonder how you get rid of that, so I can just auto muck my cards. Usually there's a button somewhere. Oh, this person. Paired aces. Limps on hijack with ace queen off. Okay, interesting. Usually, generally speaking, limping can be profitable, but usually it is the least profitable play that you can choose. Raising is generally more profitable over the long run, so so limping really isn't that good. Like, it's not awful, but at the same time, there's more profitable ways to play your hand, and usually raising is how you do it. Go for the limp min bet here. People are just too passive in the big blind, so the old limp and min bet. Old limp min bet. We do have a club. Not a very good one though. Okay, yeah, we get raised. We're done with it. He probably has a pair that he should be calling with, not raising really on that board. Unless he does have a club, then maybe I could see it. But limp min bet's highly profitable. I find in these low stake games, it really makes a lot of money on average. 16-7 3-bet 0, 26-21 3-bet 3. They don't 3-bet here at all. This guy I have 76 hands on. They just don't 3-bet their hands. This probably isn't a standard open. I can pretty much guarantee you it's not standard. 5-7 suited. I'll check it out though for you. Oh, it is. Okay. Really, at 20. We're opening pretty wide at 20. Yeah, we'll min raise it. We're not getting 3-bet very often here. Got a lot of hands on these guys. This guy folds to a C-bets 100%. Where's fold to C-bet? How many hands it is? I don't know. Yeah, their fold to C-bet's really high. Where do you see the fold to C-bet stat? Pre-flop raise called flop scene, limp folded, squeeze, folded squeeze, steal. Here it is. 2 out of 2. 2 times. This is really not that relevant, I guess. Easy fold. Pocket kings over here at 888 on the 550 1500. It goes raise, loose guy calls. I think. Oh man, we don't have the money to 3-bet. We're not just gonna call here. We'll have to just jam it in here. It's kind of unfortunate because this guy is such a fish. But, like, we just got to get the money in and deny these two players equity. Because if we call along, the big blind's going to call along, and our hand's only going to win about half the time at that point. And, yeah. Kind of just got to get the money in here. Could be up against aces, too. Who knows? Yeah. 0%. Oh, my goodness. King 10 suited. He goes along with King 10 suited, and he wins. All right. I think I forgot to add on in this. I think I did. Whoops. I'm gonna leave. I think there's a better tournament on. It's all good. We lose. Let's see. There's this $1,500 dash. Oh, it still hasn't. It doesn't start for 23 more minutes. When's running for 20 minutes? Yeah, right, whatever. We'll take one more stab at it, I guess. I think I forgot to add on anyway, which was kind of dumb. You've already played in the tournament. Well, what the fuck is that about? Why can't I play it again? That's retarded. I don't understand. Okay, we got 3-bet huge. So we get rid of that. This guy's getting kind of short, too. That's a significant portion of his stack. He probably has something pretty good to be 3-betting and under the gun open. Ace-King. Easy raise. Yeah, they got this really good tournament starting in about 20 minutes, and I want to play it. There's only 10 people in it. It's $1,500 guaranteed. I don't know what the hell's with that. We'll continue on with the 3x. Yeah, once in a while, you're going to run into aces. It's a variance. I'm going to get aces versus kings in my favor on occasion as well, so it happens. This guy's stats are pretty good. We have a pretty shitty hand. Probably just let go. I'd probably call if it was suited, but this is junk. So, let's see. This Stoic, I don't have stats on him. We have position in the hand. I'm just wondering if shoving is better. Probably just calling's better. We're in position, right? So yeah. We can just call. Out of position, I'm jamming all day. Or 4-betting, at least. Probably just jamming for 50, 60 effective, though. Is better. With the offsuit combo, and then just call with the suited combo. No reason to raise. Just let him hang himself, right? If he jams turn, we can easily call. With a pair. Yeah. Wow. That was a huge bluff he ran there. You know, he had the ace of diamonds in his hand, so it wasn't terrible, but the 3-bet preflop's pretty bad. I'll have to take a note on that. 3 bets, hijack, 60 effective in big blind with ace 3 off. With ace 3 offsuit, barrels, flop, jams, turn with ace of diamonds on two-tone diamond board. Overly aggro. We'll go with. I'll give him a red tag for overly aggressive. Oh, he bought back in. That's good. It's kind of nice, too, when they get a vendetta and they just want to take all their money back from you, which might happen here. If he 3-bets me again, I'll probably be calling a little bit wider than usual. Yeah, 19 more minutes. This tournament is a turbo, and if you have watched my previous videos, I'm not really a big fan of turbos. I think, you know, you lose a little bit of your edge in them, but it should be a pretty soft tournament, and the payout structure is pretty good, so we'll go ahead and give it a shot. So bear with me. We're only going to play 3 for 19 minutes or so. All good. Ace Queen versus King 7. We're doing really good. We're in first place out of 104 here. Two people just blew up into our face. Basically, the first one I had pocket kings, and we go bet, 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 and we take his whole stack. And then the second one was the ace 3 off. Okay, get rid of that. Getting kind of shallow in this one. The 443K guaranteed, but that's fine. I think we started with 240, but we're probably up to about 300 now. That's what I was going to say. Let's put that there for now, since we have the space. This guy 3-bets 8%. Pretty bit of a kind of a tag. We have 100 hands on him. If he 3-bets, we're probably just going to peel. I am in late position, so we can't really assign him to like a severely tight range. Okay, so we flop a set. It's really hard for him to have much on this board, though. We're just going to put out our normal small bet. And he folds. Like, we got to bet small, allow him to check raise with his flush draws, his straight draws. You know, they can't check twice. Top set, you can check sometimes there for sure. I think it actually is GTO to check top set quite frequently, actually. Just because it's really hard for your opponent to have much, but yeah, middle set, you're just trying to get the money in versus a jack. 7-5 suited, we can go ahead and call. Comes queen 6-2. 3-6-2. I think we put the money in here. This one's a little optimistic. This guy's a 6% opener over 79 hands, so we do have a decent sample on him. I don't think he's going to be c-betting here too wide. I think for this bet, we're going to have to peel, though. 1.8 and a 5. Yeah. I think we do have to peel. We do have a bit of equity here. We make the open-ender on the turn. And rivers that are good for us, I'm probably going to jam, even if we don't make her straight. If he checks this turn. The 10. Check, check. 10 on the river. It's close. A 10 is like, I don't know. I'm probably getting called here most of the time. I think a 10 is like right on the borderline of like indifferent to jamming as a bluff or just checking and giving up. I think a 9 would be much better. Yeah, a 9 would have been much better there. A 9 or a 7 or a 5 even. Raise and a 3-bet. Ace jack off. We're going to turn this hand into a bluff. Limp. Yeah, we got it through. He 5-bets us. We're out of there. With the offsuit combo ace jack. Two pair. Over bet. And river is the 9 of diamonds, and a lot of his calls on the turn are going to be diamonds. I think we can bet like 13 with the intention to get it called by kings, but then fold to a raise. I think that's fine. If he raises, we can easily fold. Also, jack 10 got there too, didn't it? That was a pretty bad river. If he raises, we're done. I just think we're going to get called by a king here a lot. I don't think he's necessarily going to be betting a king himself either with that bad river card. So plus it kind of blocks too, right? If he bets 2/3, we might find a call there. and lose another 10 big blinds. Like, I think it was played okay. You can always bet the river with the intention of folding to a raise. This was suited. I'm calling all day versus this guy. It's a little bit unorthodox, but versus him, we're pretty happy to get into pots with anything suited versus him. 2.2 call. We're going to be so dominated with this hand most of the time. Their ranges are just so condensed with 10s. Yeah, there's a lot of 10x in both of their ranges. So we would have hit, but, you know, on average, we're going to lose a lot of money with this hand at this stack depth. 60, 80 big blinds. I think if he just raised, I would have called, but in multi-way pots, you just have to tighten up quite a bit. Like 10-9 would probably call. 10-8. 10-8's close. Maybe half the time you can call. But don't get me wrong. I could be wrong. I haven't done a lot of Munker solver work or any of that shit. I wish I have. I looked into Munker solver. It's kind of a crazy program. I don't know. Interesting stuff. If you guys have any suggestions as to how to expand my game in the multi-way department, I would appreciate it. Probably need to work on that. I'm actually going to start getting into some ICM stuff. I was going to buy or subscribe to Hold'em Resources Calculator here and just kind of go through my deeper runs where I get to the top like 50 players and just look at some of the spots that I'm taking, because I've been watching some videos from like Faraz Jaka about ICM and Michael Acevedo, and there's a lot of spots that people aren't privy to, and they're just lighting their money on fire. Like rejamming with King 10 offsuit versus button for 20 in the small blind and stuff like that. Like, that's really bad. And it's probably fine, like, in chip EV, but like in the top 50, you can either flat or you can fold with those hands, and probably folding's better with like King 10 off and Queen 10 off and Jack 10 off for sure. So yeah, I got to do some more work on ICM and like final table bubble work, stuff like that. Yeah, like I'm leaving on the money, some money on the table by not studying that stuff, and I think it's the next thing I got to work on. That and pre-flop ranges, I'm gonna start reviewing on what my 3-bets are. I've been kind of reviewing what my 3-bets are, like, or my rejams are for 15 in the small blind and the big blind. I've been working on that, and then I've been working on 10 big blinds stack as the short stack on the final table strategy. I went through that chart for the low jack that's out of excelling and toughen the limit hold'em games, and you can kind of expand onto that and you know, open it up a little bit wider on the hijack and cut off, and then a little bit tighter in middle position, and try to develop a decent short stack final table strategy, and then a middle stack, and then a big stack. They got all three in that book, and I just got to go through it. I've already done it, but I'm going to review it again because it's been a couple of years, and I was out of poker for a while, and yeah, we made a flush versus flush. Tribunal raises from small blind into under the gun with Queen 7 off on Queen 10-9. Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Unorthodox. Ace Jack, good hand to raise. This guy did 3-bet us once, and we 4-bet him. He looks like he might be considering another 3-bet. He is, too. I don't know. Do we go for it again here? Like, this one's a little bit smaller. I think we just call this one. This one's a little bit smaller and easier to navigate post-flop. Plus, he's a little bit shorter now. Definitely not willing to give up this ace quite yet to a small bet. Check, check, eh? Check, check. What kind of hand could he have? He has some kind of 8-7 or 8-9, 9-8 type hand, perhaps. Maybe some ace highs. I think our ace is too good to like clean up our equity here and just start betting, but check, check, check. 8 on the... I think we're going to check raise with the ace of diamonds. The draws miss. I think we have better heart. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I didn't mean to go one big blind. Imagine if he folded there. Yeah, I misclicked. Yeah, I fold. But I think with the ace of diamonds, it's a fine check raise bluff. Let's figure when he calls, he's pretty heavily weighted to a king. Maybe he's checking back some of his king 10, king 9 type stuff on the flop. So, yeah, that makes sense. He's checking back some of his weaker king X. But with the ace of diamonds, and he's been overly aggressive, I think it's fine to check raise with the ace of diamonds there. We got a diamond on the river. I guess I got to go for it and jam, but I'm not loving it. It's just one of those spots where you got to punt it off. It's less likely he has the nut flush, right? So we have the ace of diamonds. So if there's a diamond on the river, we just have to go for it. 15 under the gun with pocket sevens. Under the gun, 15, pocket sevens. It's like we don't jam anything under the gun. Yeah, it's like the bottom of our pair range. Sixes are folded. We have a small pair. We get floated by this guy. Probably a pretty tight range, and it's pretty tight. I don't really think he has a lot of flush draws, and I don't really think he has a lot of 10x, but he probably has some. This guy 3-betting under the gun razor from the big blind. We can go ahead and fold. That's usually pretty strong. Let's bet a small for protection. I think we're going to get floated by a lot of our overcards here, but we get check shoved on. Okay. There's a lot of draws, but like, what are we going to do at this stage? Like, this guy already called, and it's fine to just fold here. He probably has a draw, but what are you going to do, right? He probably has overcards that are live to us as well, so. Okay, that's pretty outstanding. That this guy check shoves into both of us and this guy calls off with sixes. I don't know, man. I think sixes are a fold pre. Calls. 15 effective. Under the gun. Raise in middle position with sixes. I don't think it was like the worst call in the world or anything. For sure, it wasn't. But I probably would have found a fold when he check shoves into the under the gun player and another middle position player. Yeah, he has something. He has something pretty good. He either has a draw, flush draw on overcards, or he has top pair. Like pretty much every time. Okay. 3 bets in big blind v under the gun with 10s. 80 effective. 80 effective. That's noteworthy. Like, that's a little bit of overplaying your hand. 10s aren't a very, very good 3-bet spot there. There is a way to change it so you can just see your stats for the specific table. But I'm not 100% sure how you change them. Here's that ace-jack hand. Maybe I'll review that one too. Do I jam there? I would like to know. I got to get that GTO plus so that I can go over these and be like, is this my bluff spot? What do I do on this river with this specific combination? Anyway, I think I'm going to buy Poker Tracker anyway. So I'm going to get rid of this Poker Copilot. All right, now we're down to 10 big blinds in the 440, which is fine. 10 on the button. 10 button. Shove button. Jack 4 is negative 0.1. So we go ahead and fold. This tournament's really soft as well, so might as well conserve our stack. Like this guy raises the small blind with queen 7 off. Check raises, I guess. Check raises the under the gun player on queen 10-9 with queen 7, which is ridiculous. Okay, get rid of that. When's that tournament starting? 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. And we're going to have a really high quality turbo tournament on 888 happening as well. Yeah, I think if the river is a diamond with that ace jack, we'll just go for it. And, you know, I think I'm getting him off his weaker 10x. But, like, a lot of his 10x was king 9 and king 8. So, 2 pair, well, he might fold 2 pair to a jam. For like 80 big blinds, 85 bigs, yeah. Sometimes you gotta make a tight fold, especially like in $3 games, because like most players don't have the heart to go for the jam on the river with the ace, the diamonds blocker, right? You gotta let go of that 2 pair. So it might even work against his 2 pair hands. We're getting king 10 to fold. We're getting king jack to fold. We're getting king queen to fold. Especially if he doesn't have a diamond in his hand, if he even factors that in. If he has a diamond, he probably should call. Just because he's blocking my flush combinations that I call a 3-bet out of position with. This one, yeah, we're going for it. Our hand really doesn't interact with the ones that they're calling with. So if we do get 2 pair or, you know, some kind of straight, chances are they don't have a straight as well. Becomes like 5-2 ace or something like that. This one's got a little bit better than like 10-7 for that reason. All right. We shouldn't have a lot of 2s in our range, but we do have a pair. So we'll go ahead and lead for protection. This is probably one of our weakest pairs we have, but I don't think we have a lot of 3s in our range either, but king's better for him. We can go ahead and check, I think. We just don't have the 2s in our range, too. This guy's passive as hell. Probably has a 9. Oh, ace high. Okay. I check that card. It's good for him. He bets, I call, for sure. Within reason. I guess this guy's passive, hey? So if he bets, we know. We just know that he has it, right? So I guess I probably fold when he bets. He doesn't raise, right? Limps on hijack with ace queen. He hasn't raised a single hand since he's got on the table. So, I probably took this note quite a while ago, and I lost the hand histories. And he's still not raising, so any minute now. Oh, there it is. Easy fold. What the hell? It's gone. I don't know what the hell happened to that. Should pop up any minute, I guess. Yeah, why? Oh, I thought I did register already. That's what happened. I was wondering what the hell happened there. Alright. 5,000 chips to start. Is it an add-on? I don't think so. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens here. So it goes check, check. 5 big blinds. Just tiny bet for this board. Probably, yeah, who knows what he has. If he's betting, he has a hand because he's a 46-0. He has an ace. He doesn't bet his tens. He passively checks them down. So we know he has an ace. He probably 3x here, but that's fine. Paired aces has a pair of aces. And the draws miss on the river. Yeah, he's going to bet large. And this guy's going to fold. Pretty much because he probably had a flush draw. Probably had a flush draw. Also could have like 4 or 5 of diamonds. That makes sense. Yep, flush draw. Figured. Big blind has more flushes in their range than anybody at the table, right? So it's higher likelihood they have that. This guy had an ace. I think on the river, if he had an ace and the draws missed, I think he should be sizing up with his good aces. But who knows? Yeah, we'll 3x this one. Over 120, we should be 3xing. 13 and 10, 3-bet 8 over 78 hands. So we got stats on that guy. He might be a rag. Tight rag, but rag. Okay. So we get a flat from the small blind. And that's it. We get a flop 5-3-9. No hearts. So we'll go, what is it, 5, I guess? We'll size up a little bit to get him to fold his overcards. Can I go there? We have some backdoor equity. Get check raised. Alright, yeah, we don't have a heart. If there was a heart, maybe we could peel, but let's see what it would have been. Yeah. I guess he has a little bit of 9x in his range that he check raises there. That makes sense. I don't really think he's going to be check raising flush draws if he's reasonable. Maybe his worst flush draws. Pocket eights. Yeah, we'll call. This guy's really bad. We'll try to keep him in the hand if we can. Check. Queen 2 suited. Blind v blind. We're jamming. Be happy with it. Really bad turn for us, so we'll just keep checking. 3x. One of the worst hands we can get. Do we get it? No. What a ridiculous feature. Alright, I don't think anybody has anything here. I'm going to bet. Try to get called by a 4 or an ace high. Might as well. Oh my goodness. Alright. He plays it all the way. He must have had a king. You never know with these guys. Like, he's totally capped his range, but he has no idea what he's doing, right? I find that a lot. I find that a lot at these games that I've been playing lately. Like, they get the nuts, and then they don't bet. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they get the nuts, and then they just don't bet it. Don't bet it, don't bet it, don't bet it. And then, at the end, then they'll raise if I bet. Pretty ridiculous. That's not how you make money at poker, by checking your best hands and then betting out with all your bluffs. It's not the way you do it. Alright, we actually get a hand here. 9s. We're going with that, even though under the gun open, I guess. No payout implications or any of that, so. Yeah, I just figure I'm getting looked up by ace high quite frequently there with my 8s, so. It just looked like I was trying to take a stab at the paw with nothing, like complete air, so. I don't think you ever raise with a jack there because You don't ever raise with a jack there because I have a lot of weak kings in my range. I guess like all the suited kings. Anyway, they're like king 7, king 8 plus. So looks like we almost got there. Maybe nah. Shit. He gets the straight. Okay. Let's try to find something else. We're gonna if we register to that again, we're gonna be pretty shallow stacked. What's going on 888? I prefer to play on 888 right now if they have anything good. Fold. Fold. Just stacked up. We're very suited heavy with our 3 bets, so 220 snap. $400 rebuy add-on. Okay, maybe if we bust out of another one, we'll play that. And then they got another 1,500 in an hour and a half. Okay, check out America's Cardroom seems to have more tournaments on average. 3,000 guaranteed. That's the one we were just in. 500 guaranteed. Fuck that. Darn. What is this? The Bosky Special. Okay, I'm going to read to make sure it's not like some ridiculous tournament where they got some weird stuff on here. Let's check it out. Is it a normal tournament or... Fucking shit. I'm trying to get to my table. I can't. Alright, what's going on here? 10,000 starting chips with 12-minute blinds and 15-minute levels. 3-hour late. Watch Jeff Ball. Yeah, okay, let's play it. It's a little bit out of my bankroll right now, but it looks like a pretty quality tournament. The blinds are 12 minutes, and yeah. 2K6. Okay. Small. This board is really dry. Yeah, I don't really have the bankroll on here to play this, but if I have to deposit, it's not the end of the world. We get a 5 on the turn. We're definitely over bluffing here, but that's fine. Yay! We get him off all his 6s, all his 2s, all his backdoor flush draws that he floats with. Some of his front door flush draws. Pocket pairs, pocket 7s, pocket 6s, pocket 8s. A lot of the time. Ace highs that he floats a small bet with. Like, you got to keep barreling there. You just can't check and give up. I'm getting pretty good with knowing which spots to barrel on the turn and which rivers to 3-barrel bluff on. And yeah, I'm getting good at this. Ugh. Okay, tight guy calls. Really aggro guy that ran that huge bluff earlier calls. 7 king 7. We're just gonna check call. With a heart, I think we can check raise, but we don't have the heart, so there's going to be runouts that we're really not going to want to continue betting on, and we're going to be put in really tough decisions once in a while. So we'll just check call. Plus, we'll keep this super aggressive guy in with all of his bluffs. We might as well. He's obviously over bluffing, so I think we just have to call him down. Usually, I'm not like a big fan of the trap, but with this guy, I think we just have to. Thinking long and hard, long and hard. He could have a flush draw. He has 7s in his range for sure. This bet kind of leads me to believe he doesn't have a 7. I think he would have sized up with a 7, but maybe I'm wrong because he was putting out large bets there earlier with his... Oh, chop it up. Yeah, he kind of did like this half pot bet on the turn. Like usually it's not very polarized, you know what I mean? And like in that spot he's going to be pretty polarized, so I think he should be betting larger for sure. But with a king, I don't hate it. Like I don't know what you're trying to get called by my my flush draws, so I get that. We're going to check. There is a shit ton of ace-high in my range, but this board is just so bad for us. And there's a queen. I think we're just going to check fold, actually. Yeah, this is one of those combos that we can just check fold. But I don't know. It's probably a call, but I'm just making an exploitative fold because people don't bluff enough. And he probably has it. He at least has a queen. And if he does have a flush draw, then we're drawing thin, and he probably has overcards like Jack 10 of clubs, would be a gut shot 2 or Jack 9 of clubs. We do have the 8 of clubs, which is a little bit better, but okay, small blind floats 2-10-2. These are like just min bet range boards from EP. 2 on the turn. Not a good card to continue barreling on. He has a lot of pocket pairs that he's never folding. He's never folding a 10. Versus some of his range, we actually do beat him right now. His Queen X, his Jack X combos that call a small bet. I would probably consider looking this up with an ace, but with this specific combo, I think we can fold. And, you know, with these stats, he might even have 2s in his range. Who fucking knows? Jack 6 off is a fold. Doesn't even matter stats. I just fold that one always, pretty much. Jack 6 off is pretty bad in that spot. Yeah, we're playing this $11 Bosky special, but... So what happened here? I floated, or flatted. Yeah, we'll get rid of this. This is really bad flop. Really good for them. King 5 off. We'll just fold, I think, is good. Okay, get rid of that. Aces, always a delight to have. Okay. Small blind, so we're going to be 3-betting quite a bit. 50-25 limps in over 4 hands. Do I have stats on anybody? 150 big blinds deep I raise with in an early position he calls with queens. So that's actually pretty good. That's why I probably took a note on that. We're going to be really polarized here. We're probably just going to size up. Especially, yeah, we'll just size up. We're really deep too, so. Go 4x. Keep the SBR shallow to negate his positional advantage. We're going to do this with most of our range. We can't go just small with aces, I don't think. I think it's just fine to just make it look... It looks weaker to go big here because we're out of position, right? And we don't get paid, unfortunately. I don't know. Maybe I could have went a little smaller there. I think going a little bit smaller would have been fine, like 14 or something like that. But like, we're playing over 100 big blinds deep. I kind of just wanted to get the pot as big as possible so I could get the money all in 2 streets on the flop. And get him to commit his whole stack with like King Jack suited or whatever. And get him to put it all in with top pair before the board got too scary. Which is going to happen quite frequently. I think he should be floating there quite often, like with suited stuff. He's in position. He isolated, which leads me to believe he probably had top 11% of hands. I don't know. Yeah, of course we're calling it 2.5x here with 10-9. 8-9-10 Jack. All right, I'm going to call his bet. I'm going to call his bet here. He doesn't bet. All right, let's start building a pot. We'll just go small with our draw so we can call if he does happen to raise. I don't want to go big and then he'd get raised and then, you know. Probably does have a hand. 6. Try to build a pot for when we get there, but I don't want to go too big. I'm just trying to get him off his Jack X. I think 6 is actually bad. 6 is actually bad. I think I should go with like 7 or 8. Fuck. He has an ace every fucking time here now. Check. Yeah, he hasn't. Just watch. Ace. Yeah. Yeah, they get the fucking ace and then they don't bet. Like, I don't understand. Blind versus blind. In small blind. Raises pre. In small blind. Raises pre. Flop is ace XX. And he doesn't c-bet top pair. Okay, so if he's not c-betting that top pair, what does that say about his betting range? It's very weak in that spot, right? So we'll take a note on that. Yeah, I don't really like 6 on the turn. I think we are pretty polarized, and I think that we should probably be going big if we're going to bet at all. Yeah, because I just think we should have went big. We're trying to get him off jacks, which is kind of hard to do, I guess. Maybe we could even checked ourselves, actually, in hindsight. In hindsight, yeah, checking ourselves would have been fine. All right. What the hell happened there? Yeah, I think we can check back the 10-9 there when we know that he has it. You know, he has it every time. That's why I didn't bluff river. I'm never getting him off of an ace. I just know he has an ace when he calls on the turn. That's why I should have sized up, because then I'd have a much more clear. I just have a more clear idea of exactly what he had. Okay, I get 3-bet by this guy. Call. Okay, we got an overpair. Do we have a club? Don't have a club. This hand's kind of scary, though. I think we go ahead and raise. Jeez. Everything's kind of glitching out here. Oh! God damn it. Like, everything's just glitching on me. Sorry, guys. Does he call? Alright. I'm not too worried about the straight. Let's just put him in. Well, he might be screwed here. He might have an... yeah, he could have a pair bigger than mine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wasn't too worried about the straight because I have the jack, right? Check. So I check raise flop. He gets there. Well, I kind of just was on autopilot and I just checked when I shouldn't have. So I'll just pot the river. I'm sitting out here. Fuck. I've been doing pretty good for not doing that. Just got to keep an eye on my tables here. So I check raise flop. He gets there on the turn. Yeah, we got a double flush draw board too. Like, where the fuck am I? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a double flush draw board there. I got to play it aggressively. Like, fuck. The pot was 60 bigs already by the turn. Like, all right. 6, 7, 8. Ooh. All right, we'll make it 11 and fold to a raise, I guess. We have a set, but it might not be good if he has a 9, right? Just pot and pray. I think we can get called by a 10 there quite often. We don't really have a lot of 9s in our range from under the gun. Queen 9 suited, we could 3-bet for sure. Cutoff versus hijack 60. Cutoff versus hijack 60. Oh, I only got low jack. I gotta get better charts here. I gotta work on that. Yeah, queen 9 suited, king 9 suited, king 8 suited, all fine. Ace 5 offsuit. Tight, big blind. Like, it's a little bit loose to open this, but the big blind's pretty tight. Again, in a spot where I honestly think 3-betting wouldn't be too bad, that spot. Depending. Yeah, cutoff versus hijack, 40, we'll say. Yeah, I just need better charts. I'm gonna have to get better charts. Cutoff versus low jack. Yeah, that's all I got. Like, how's that? That's not really answering my question. Ace 5 off is just a pure fold. We can 3-bet the suited ones, but yeah, that guy. We had the jacks there. Like, we were in a really good spot there. We would have probably took us all stack on the turn if it was another card. So pretty easily, we doubled up right away. King queen 9. Fold. Flop. Like, it's kind of exploitative, but exploitable, I mean. But yeah, the board's just really good for him, and when it's really good for him like that, just get rid of it. Bottom pair. Plus, I didn't have any clubs, so. Yeah, like, calling there with queens is 150 effect. It was actually good. When an under the gun player opens, you should call with queens quite frequently. So yeah, that's why I took that note. Like, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's reasonable for sure. Don't overplay your queens. Jacks especially. I see a lot of people do that over 100 big blinds deep. They'll 3-bet an under the gun raise it with jacks, and it's just stupid to do that. Because, like, what am I going to 4-bet with? I'm going to 4-bet with queens, kings, aces, and ace king suited. Or, yeah, ace king off or ace king suited probably. So, yeah. Cut off hijack, low jack. Yep. Open up this guy. Get 3-bet here. 5 more. 11, 11, 3-bet 10. 5 more. Yeah, we don't have the implied odds. It's just, it'd be a little bit splashy to go with that one. Pocket 4s we can fold to a 3-bet. If I had 60, 65, I'm probably going to call. Probably open this hand at 80, 60, 80 bigs. 40, fold. Alright. This spot's okay. Size up slightly. This guy's probably check raising a ton, but, you know, we don't have that much equity. We don't mind folding. We got a little bit to bet, but we don't really care if he raises here. He calls spink a jack on the turn. Now it's all about getting value from his 10x. He doesn't have any jacks in his range when he check calls flop. He has a lot of ace high. Don't have to go too big. If I go 6, that'll put the pot at 23. We'll have, like, yeah, it's fine. 6 is fine. He did tank a little bit there. He tanked a little bit there on the flop, so he's probably going to fold now. Oh, he calls. All right. Check. Let me think here. Is this hand good enough for 3 streets of value on this board? Probably. Yes. Probably is. I think he has a lot of 10s here and missed draws, so he has a lot of 10s and missed draws. If he has a better jack, this is unlucky as hell. And he folds. If he had a 10, good fold. 2. He bets large. 4, 5, 6. This board's pretty good for us. We can check shove. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, and an overcard. I didn't really want him to call, to be honest. Wasn't really happy about it, but, you know, you got the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and an overcard. Kind of got to go with it. Anyway, guys, that's part 2 all completed, and we will see you in part 3.